everybody, how are you? My name is Wilmer, and I am a member from the World Mission Society Church of God. Also, I volunteer in the church with different community service and activities that benefit the general public whenever I have an opportunity. And the reason I am making this video this time is because I would like to share with you something that I experienced last year, well, not even a year ago, during Superstorm Sandy, when something that happened that nobody ever thought it would happen here in New Jersey. When the Superstorm Sandy hit, things did not look at all like what they used to. I remember that the church called for anybody that was able and willing and available to come and help out, to gather together so that we can go and help out our neighbors. And I personally was sent down to Tams River with a bunch of us, a group of us went down there. At the time, I'm gonna say about 600 to 500 members came, because even members came all the way from North Carolina, Washington, D.C., Maryland, up everywhere that there was a church, the members were able to come up and help. So it was such a beautiful thing to work together like that, because when we got there, we went to many places, but on this particular day, it was a Sunday, we went down to Tams River, which is about 2 hours away from where I live. And when we got there, the place was unrecognizable. I had been to Tams River in the past, and I know what it looks like. I've been there, and I have friends down there, and I know what I had friends in the past in Tams River, and I know exactly what Tams River looked like before Sandy. When I got there, I can tell you this place did not look like Tams River. It looked like a war just happened there. You saw cars flipped upside down. You saw the rooftops of homes taken away. You saw houses destroyed. You saw yachts right in the middle of the street. You saw buses crushed onto houses. It was very sad to see that. Very, very sad. You can even see it in the people. The people were in despair. They felt dismayed. They felt like they did not feel human. That's how bad was the disaster in Tams River was. And I remember that thankfully there was a big space where we were able to pitch a really big tent. And in that tent, when all the neighbors, when they saw us, they felt so happy. You can see them smiling, even though there was a lot of first responders there, but they were so overwhelmed. The demand was so high that they couldn't help everybody. So the people felt like nobody cared about them, even though the governments and the government agencies were doing whatever they could to help out, but they just did not have enough help to assist everybody in their needs. So when we got there, we're with about 500 members, and everybody saw us driving by with the yellow shirts. You can see the smile in their faces. I remember we got together with the chief of the fire department, and we were able to arrange. They helped us out understanding the area so that we can go to different houses and help in a very systematic way. It was really amazing to work like that, because every time we got to somebody's home, we saw the same expression from people, from a really sad face to a beautiful bright face, because they saw hope. When we got down there, they received so much hope, and they knew that people care about them, that we love them so much. That's why we went down there, and that's why many members from different parts of the United States, the East Coast of the United States, came up to help. They felt it. They felt, wow, you really love us, because even though you don't know us, you willingly devote your time to come and help me. And again, we pitched a big tent where we for that day, where we were able to serve the first responders, even the local community. We brought a lot of blankets for the neighbors of the area and the residents of Tams River. And I remember one particular case. One resident of Tams River that came up to our tent. She drove over as we were being dispatched to different locations, and I remember seeing the look in her face. She was so sad. I can never forget her face, because you can see that this woman was totally shocked by what just happened. When she came up to us, she had tears in her eyes, and she was asking for help. I thought something just happened. I thought some type of, I don't know, I thought something just happened right then and there, that she came up to us running and crying. But actually, when I started speaking to her, I realized that when she heard about the storm, she left Tams River. She went to like a family member's home to stay to let until the storm was over. But that day when she came was the first time she had been to her house ever since the storm took place. So you can imagine all of her life's work, all of her earnings, all of her life and love that she put into this house being destroyed. So when she came up to us, she felt so relieved because she was a single woman and she didn't have anybody to help her there. When we got to her house, I remember her expression when she opened the door and she first saw her apartment. She started crying and crying and crying and crying because she saw that all her memories were washed away by the storm. But again, when she turned around, she saw us and then she smiled. She didn't feel so lonely. She didn't feel like nobody cared for her. She didn't feel like it was such a big disaster that took place, even though the disaster was beyond her imagination. That day we were able to clean out her whole house with a beautiful smile, and she was so happy and she was so thankful. Her name is Angela. I can never forget her because her emotion and her feeling was so sincere. By the time that we were done cleaning out her house, we were able to take out all the wet carpets. We were able to throw away all the furniture that was wet. Her whole house was inundated. The whole house was inundated. Nothing escaped. Maybe the furniture that was on the first floor, but that's about it. Everything that was on the first floor, everything was totally destroyed. But after we were able to help her out, she came up to me and she gave me a big hug and she was crying, and I felt so much that had I not gone there, how can I experience this? How can I ever feel this type of love for the people? You know, before I came to the Church of God, I know I would not have gone down there to help out because I was just too busy with my own life. But through the teachings of Heavenly Mother, I learned that I really have to love my neighbors as myself. Not only love somebody by saying I love you, but actually loving them with action, doing something for those that are in need. Then that's why I can never forget Angela from Tams River, because I saw her spirit being lifted up when we were there helping out. I saw her regain strength and I saw her regain hope. She thought that all her life was washed away. She thought that her hopes were washed away. But when we were there with the bright smiles and then the yellow Church of God shirts, the hope was restored, and I can see it in her. Then I really want to give thanks to our Heavenly Father, Christ Ahnsahnghong, and Heavenly Mother, New Jerusalem, for allowing me to participate in that community service activity. Because through that activity, I can really develop more love for the mankind. Just like Jesus Christ and loves everybody, then likewise I want to express the love of our Heavenly Mother, the New Jerusalem, to mankind by participating in as many volunteer services as I can. And I thank you so much for watching this video and sharing my feeling during this particular event and during this volunteer service that took place in Tams River. Thank you so much. Once again, my name is Wilmer Rapozo, and I'm a member of the World Mission Society Church of God. I hope you come one day and visit us and also help us help others in the time of need. Thank you so much, and God bless you.